Right. Shabbat Shalom. I'm just checking that the whole technology is working. Apparently it does. Yes, perfect. Really good. Thank you. I can see we have already 20 people with us. Oops, gosh, I need to turn my phone off. Okay. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's good to be with you. I can't believe it's been a week already. I mean, time flies at a speed which is a bit weird, especially when we're in lockdown. But I just wanted to share with you a prayer which was written by Alden Soloveitch, who is he's an American liturgist, and he writes amazing prayers. And I wanted to start this service with a prayer called For Grace. All I am, all I have, all I'll become are present in this moment. Warmth and breath, love and compassion, silence and celebration, everything here, all gifts present. What then, God of all being, what then of my choices? What will I make of a space between this breath and the next? Will I bring laughter and light, hope and faith, wonder and strength? Will I stand in humble service for all my brothers and sisters? Maker of heaven and earth, grant us the wisdom to choose lives of grace, lives of vision and understanding, seeing each moment as a choice to bless our companions with strength and wisdom, with honor and respect. Blessed are the gentle moments of grace. So let's light together the Shabbat candles. I know that some of you have already done this, but let's do it as a community. So I can see that Sarah, Josh, and Socks are here. Jenny, Shabbat Shalom. Liz, Kelly, Shabbat Shalom to you. Sandra and Paul, Sandra Weber, Julie, Sibyl, Rebecca, and Rubes, Shabbat Shalom. Jill, Norman, Joyce, Shabbat Shalom to you too. Karen, Levine, good to have you with us. Jennifer, Shabbat Shalom. Jennifer, Deborah, Shabbat Shalom to you too. Craig, Shabbat Shalom to you and the ganze Mishpoche. Shabbat Shalom, Michelle. Shabbat Shalom, Holy Cooper, Louisa, Janet. Shabbat Shalom, Philip and Sandra. And I think, and Shabbat Shalom to Moshe as well, who have joined us. Anna and Natalia. Brilliant. We have many friends with us tonight. And let's light together the Shabbat candles. Dominique, Shabbat Shalom to you too. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. So let's start with, I've got, let me find it for you. Where are you? So this week I managed actually to set up Zoom and restream, and I think it works. So so that's a song taken from Psalm 122. Leman achai vere'ai adabra na shalom bach. Leman beit Adonai Eloheinu avaksha tov lach. For you, my brothers and sisters, for you, my sisters and friends, please let me ask, please let me sing, peace to you. And that's a melody by Shlomo Karlebach. And you know it. We've sung it together already. למען אחי ורעי, למען אחי ורעי, אדברה נא, אדברה נא, שלום בך. למען אחי ורעי, למען אחי ורעי, אדברה נא, אדברה נא, שלום בך. למען בית אדוני אלוהינו אבקשה טוב לך. למען בית אדוני אלוהינו אבקשה טוב לך. For you, my brothers and friends, for you, my sisters and friends, please let me ask, please let me sing, peace to you. This is the house of our God. I wish the best to you. This is the house of our God. I wish the best to you. למען אחי ורעי, למען אחי ורעי, אדברה נא, אדברה נא, shalom ba. So we turn to page 76 now with Shalom Aleichem and the Debbie Friedman version, which Rebecca Weddle taught us several times already. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachi Amlachim, Akadosh, Akadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem leshalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi melech מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. לי 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 לי, יא לה לי לה לה לי, יא לה לי לה לה לי, יא לה 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 לי לי לה לה לי, יא לה לי לי לי, יא לה לי לה לה לי, יא לה 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 לי לי, יא לה לי לה 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 לי לי לי. Please turn to page 86, for Deror Yikra Levein Imbat. Proclaim freedom for daughter and son and keep us, God, as the apple of your eye. דרור יקרא לבנים בת, וינצורכם כמו בת. נעים שמכם ולא יושבת, שבו ונוחו ביום שבת, שבו ונוחו ביום שבת. דראש נביא ועולמי, ואות ישם עשה עמי. נהתה שורק בתוך כרמי, ששבת בני עמי, ששבת בני עמי. דרך חוכמה לנפשך, והיא כתר לראשך. נעצור מצוות קדושך, שמור שבת קודשך, שמור שבת קודשך. La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya da 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 ya la 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 ya da da la la ya la 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 la. On page 88. There are days when we seek material things and measure failure, but what we do not know own. Gosh, it's a very interesting Freudian slip. On the Sabbath, we wish not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature with reckless greed. On the Sabbath, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we think only of ourselves. On the Shabbos, we open our hearts to the needs and rights of others. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי יסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימרתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. The righteous shall flourish like the palm, grow tall like the cedar of Lebanon, planted in the house of the Eternal One. They shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bear fruit in old age. They shall ever be fresh and green, proclaiming that God is just, my rock, in whom there is no flaws. Page 91. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה, שמור וזכור בדיבורך דשמיינו, אל המיוחד אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת, ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נשוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בעורר, קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמונה עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. We're on page 92. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך, לעולם ועד. We praise you, eternal one, our God, sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and whose will sets the stars in their courses in the sky. You make day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. You make day pass and bring on the night, and separate day from night. You rule the host of heaven. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening fall. Unending love have you shown your people, the house of Israel. Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts have you taught us. When we lie down and when we rise up, we will reflect on the meaning of your laws and rejoice in the words of your Torah and your mitzvot forever. On them we will meditate day and night, for they are our life and the length of our days. May your love never depart from us. We praise you, O God. You love your people Israel. Page 94. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך. ושננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשורבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם. I wanted to share with you another prayer for gratitude, which I found in the same oh gosh, where it is now. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So it's called offerings. When God offers love, I offer my heart. When God offers wisdom, I offer my mind. When God offers beauty, I offer my senses. When God offers silence, I offer my patience. When God offers challenge, I offer my strength. When God offers trial, I offer my faith. When God offers pain, I offer my dignity. When God offers fear, I offer my courage. When God offers grief, I offer my endurance. When God offers shame, I offer my amends. When God offers death, I offer my mourning. When God offers life, I offer my rejoicing. When God offers joy, I offer my thanksgiving. When God offers awe, I offer my wonder. When God offers righteousness, I offer my blessings. And when God offers holiness, I offer my praise. You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly, we accepted your rule. Then, full of joy, we sang together. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלי אדוני אם לא לעולם בהד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום. Grant, eternal God, that we may lie down in peace, and let us rise up to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace, guide us with your wise counsel, and for your name's sake be our help. Shield us from sickness and war, from famine and distress, and keep us from wrongdoing. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and deliverer, a gracious and merciful God. Guard our going out and our coming in, that now and always we may have life and peace. Baruch atah Adonai, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל יושבי תבל. Blessed are you, eternal our God. May your sheltering peace descend on us and all who dwell on earth. I'm going to share now an alternative of Yamida, במגן אבות ואימהות. אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, קונה שמיים וארץ. מגן אבות ואימהות בדברו, מחיה הכל במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד, מעון הברכות, אל ההודעות, אדון השלום, מקדשי השבת, ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה לעם, מדושני עונג, זכר למעשה וראשית. Blessed are you, eternal our God, and God of those who came before us, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, God of Leah, great, mighty, and revered God, God transcendent, maker of heaven and earth. With a word, you shielded our ancestors. With a phrase, you give all things life. Sacred God beyond compare, who took joy in providing rest for your people on your holy Shabbat day. We will serve you reverently, acknowledging on each and every day forever just who you are, the one to whom blessing goes, the one to whom thanksgiving is due, source of peace, who records the time of creation by sanctifying Shabbat, blessing the seventh day, and in holiness granting rest to a people overflowing with joy. Baruch atah Adonai, Oseh HaShalom. Blessed are you, eternal God, creator of peace. And I will now give you a few moments for private prayer meditation. Ose shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'al kol bnei Adam. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל בני אדם. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל בני אדם. Shabbat Shalom. Right, so I just wanted to share with you something I found on the late Rabbi Sachs website. You know that his last book was Lesson in Leadership, and Rabbi Sachs had prepared a full year of covenant conversation for 5081, and of course he sadly passed away. But I wanted to read what he said tonight about Parashat Tissa, because it's about the title is How Leaders Fail, and I found it very interesting because we are in a culture where we have to succeed. There is no place for failure. And I think it's wrong, because failure is part of success. We measure success when we fail somewhere, and we can't always be successful. So this is what Rabbi Sachs says, and I think it's really interesting. And we can put it in the newsletter next week, because I think it's a very interesting text to reflect on. As we have seen in both Vayetze and Vaera, leadership is marked by failure. It is the recovery that is the true measure of a leader. Leaders can fail for two kinds of reasons. And when he says leader, actually, he talks about all of us human beings, wherever we stand in the walks of life. So the first reason for failure is external. The time may not be right. The conditions may be unfavorable. There may be no one on the other side to talk to. Machiavelli called this fortuna, the power of bad luck that can defeat even the greatest individuals. Sometimes, despite our best effort, we fail. Such is life. The second kind of failure is internal. A leader can simply lack the courage to lead. Sometimes leaders have to oppose the crowd. They have to say no when everyone else is crying yes. That can be terrifying. Crowds have a will and momentum of their own. To say no could place your career or even your life at risk. That is when courage is needed, and not showing it can constitute a moral failure of the worst kind. The classic example is King Saul, who failed to carry out Samuel's instruction in his battle against the Amalekites. Saul was told to spare no one and nothing. This is what happened. It's in the book of Samuel. When Samuel reached him, Saul said, "The Lord bless you. I have carried out the Lord's instructions." But Samuel said, "What then is this bleating of sheep in my ears? Why is this lowing of cattle that I hear?" Saul answered, "The soldiers brought them from the Amalekites. They spared the best of the sheep and cattle sacrificed to the Lord your God. But we totally destroyed the rest." "Enough," Samuel said to Saul. "Let me tell you what the Lord said to me last night." "Tell me," Saul replied. Samuel said, "Although you may be small in your own eyes," and listen, it's a very important verse. "Although you may be small in your own eyes, are you not head of the tribes of Israel? The Lord anointed you king over Israel, and he sent you on a mission saying, 'Go and completely destroy those wicked people, the Amalekites. Wage war against them until you have wiped them out.' Why did you not obey the Lord? Why did you pounce on the plunder and do evil in the eyes of the Lord?" "But I did obey the Lord," Saul said. "I went on the mission the Lord assigned me. I completely destroyed the Amalekites and brought back Agag, their king. The soldiers took sheep and cattle from the plunder, the best of what was devoted to God, in order to sacrifice them to the Lord your God at Gilgal." Saul makes no excuses. The failure was not his. It was the fault of his soldiers. Besides which, he and they had the best intentions. The sheep and cattle were spared to offer sacrifices. Saul did not kill King Agag, but brought him back as a prisoner. Samuel is unmoved. He says, "Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has rejected you as king. Only then does Saul admit, 'I have sinned.' But by this point, it's too late. He has proven himself unworthy to begin the lineage of kings of Israel." There is an apocryphal quote attributed to several politicians. "Of course, I follow the party. After all, I'm their leader." There are leaders who follow instead of leading. Rabbi Israel Salanter compared them to a dog taking a walk with its owner. The dog runs on ahead but keeps turning around to see whether it is going in the right direction. The dog may think it is leading, but actually it's following. That on a plain reading of a text was the fate of Aaron this week's parasha. Remember what's in the Parsha. Huh? Moses had been up the mountain for 40 days. The people were afraid. Had he died? Where was he? Without Moses, they felt bereft. He was the point of contact with God. He performed the miracles, divided the sea, gave them water to drink and food to eat. This is how the Torah describes what happened next. When the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain, they gathered round Aaron and said, "Come, make us a god who will go before us. As for this man Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what happened to him." Aaron answered them, "Take off the gold earrings that your wives, your sons, and your daughters are wearing, and bring them to me." So all the people took off their earrings and brought them to Aaron. He took what they gave him and he fashioned it with a tool and made it into a molten calf. Then they said, "This is your God, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt." God becomes angry. Moses pleads with God to spare the people. Then Moses descends the mountain, sees what has happened, smashes the tablets of the law he has brought down with him, burns the idol, grinds it into powder, mixes it with water, and makes the Israelites drink it. Then he turns to Aaron, his brother, and asks, "What have you done?" "Do not be angry, my lord," Aaron answered. "You know how these people are prone to evil. They said to me, 'Make us a god who will go before us.' As for this man Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him." So I told them, "Whoever has any gold jewelry, take it off." Then they gave me the gold, and I threw it into the fire, and out came this calf. Aaron blames the people. It was they who made the illegitimate request. He denies responsibility for making the calf. It just happened. I threw it into the fire, and out came this calf. This is the same kind of denial of responsibility we recall from the story of Adam and Eve. The man says, "It was a woman." The woman says, "It was a serpent." It happened. It wasn't me. I was the victim, not the perpetrator. In anyone, such evasion is a moral failure. In a leader such as Saul, the king of Israel, and Aaron, the high priest, all the more so. The odd fact is that Aaron was not punished immediately. According to the Torah, he was condemned for another sin altogether when years later he and Moses spoke angrily against the people, complaining about lack of water. Aaron will be gathered to his people. He will not enter the land I give the Israelites, because both of you rebelled against my command at the waters of Meribah. It was only later still, in the last month of Moses' life, that Moses told the people a fact that he had kept from them until this point. "I feared," says Moses, "I feared the anger and wrath of the Lord, for he was angry enough with you to destroy you. But again the Lord listened to me, and the Lord was angry enough with Aaron to destroy him, but at that time I prayed for Aaron too." God, according to Moses, was so angry with Aaron for the sin of the golden calf that he was about to kill him, and would have done so had it not been for Moses' prayer. It is easy to be critical of people who fail the leadership test when it involves opposing the crowd, defying the consensus, blocking the path the majority are intent on taking. The truth is that it is hard to oppose the mob. They can ignore you, remove you, even assassinate you. When a crowd gets out of control, there is no elegant solution. Even Moses was helpless in the face of the people's demands during the later episodes of The Spy in number 14. Nor was it easy for Moses to restore order. He did so with the most dramatic of acts, smashing the tablets and grinding the calf to dust. He even asked for support and was given it by his fellow Levites. They took reprisals against the crowd, killing 3,000 people that day. History judges Moses a hero, but he might well have been seen by his contemporaries as a brutal autocrat. We, thanks to the Torah, know what passed between God and Moses at that time. The Israelites at the foot of the mountain knew nothing on how close they had come to be utterly destroyed. Tradition dealt kindly with Aaron. He's portrayed as a man of peace. Perhaps this is why he was made high priest. There is more than one kind of leadership, and priesthood involves following rules, not taking stands and swaying crowds. The fact that Aaron was not a leader in the same mold as Moses does not mean that he was a failure. It means that he was made for a different kind of role. There are times when you need someone with the courage to stand against the crowd, others when you need a peacemaker. Moses and Aaron were different types. Aaron failed when he was called on to be a Moses, but he became a great leader in his own right in a different capacity. And as two different leaders working together, Aaron and Moses complementing one another. No one person can do everything. And it's a very, very important lesson of this Dvar Torah from Rabbi Sachs. No one person can do everything. The truth is that when a crowd runs out of control, there is no easy answer. This is why the whole of Judaism is an extended seminar in individual and collective responsibility. Jews do not or should not form crowds. When they do, it may take a Moses to restore order, but it may take an Aaron at other times to maintain the peace. So if you want to read this Dvar Torah again, I think it's interesting because it talks about, of course, different types of leadership, but also the fact that a failure is part of a life experience, and we should embrace it because it's part of who we are, and it's part of what may happen when we are in position of leadership, or when we are just leading our lives, and because we are the leaders of our own life. And yeah, it's not easy every day. Huh? There are doubts, and there are sometimes we just don't know. Sometimes we don't want to face it. Sometimes just want to go back under the duvet and spend another day in bed. And sometimes we are in a good position and we can move forward. But all these are parts of a package of being alive. Thank you. Thank you, Mary and Deborah. Oh, my sister-in-law is here, Teresa. Shabbat shalom to you. Mike is here as well. It's really good to have you, all of us, tonight. Right. So before we turn to the end of the service, I just wanted to share with you some news. I need to find the email. I haven't prepared it. Okay, brilliant. So tomorrow morning we have a family service. We've prepared. So we try to change a bit the order of service, the text we bring. We want to allow more and more kids to be able to read, and we particularly think of all our students who are going back to school on Monday after weeks and weeks of being in lockdown, and maybe there's some anxiety, and also for our members who are teachers, going back together in the same place. It's not going to be easy, but it's a good step forward, and I really hope that you all keep safe and you learn anew how to be together in a physical building and not always behind the screen. It's a big challenge for you also. I wish you strength for our students, for our teachers going back to school on Monday. So be'atzlacha, a lot of strength to you. Harbe koach for you going back to school on Monday. It's been almost 2 months and a half. Yeah, so it's a lot of time. It's more than 2 months and a half. So good luck for you all, and take it easy. It's going to get better. So next week we have a special. We have the first bat mitzvah of the 2021 season. So between now and the end of the summer, we have 10 B'nai Mitzvah. So you remember we had to postpone some of them because of COVID. So the next time it's Tess Weinstein. And just wanted to make you aware that we are going to start the service later because Tess' family comes from the eastern coast of the United States, and we wanted her family to be able to join the service live. So for them, it will be 8 a.m., so they will have to wake up early. And for us, it will be 1 p.m. So my apologies for starting later. But for our North American members, who have families in the States, we've decided to push a bit forward services to allow them to be there, because normally they can't travel. I mean, normally they should be there, but it's not possible, and we have to adapt to allow them also to be, to open the community to our friends on the other side of the ocean. What else? So the usual classes. We have Hebrew for beginners on Thursday. We have on Tuesday we have Extreme Judaism and Biblical Hebrew. What else? So we have Film Crusher on Sunday after tomorrow at 6 p.m. So it's in the newsletter. We also have, so I'm part of a 4 weeks classes, Amazing Tale of a Cairo Geniza with Rabbi Leah Mühlstein from the Ark Synagogue. So we had, actually my session was yesterday evening. So we have 3 other sessions. And this Thursday, Rabbi Mark Glickman, who published a book on the Cairo Geniza, will come and talk about his books. The following week, we'll have Rabbi Dr. Dalia Marks from HUC Jerusalem with the liturgist, and she will talk about the liturgy. And the last session will be about the daily life in the Geniza, the Cairo Geniza. So next Saturday at 8 p.m. we have a musical showcase, an evening of music with KLS members compared by Norman Hyman. So it would be a nice moment. I'm not doing anything this time. I said to Stephanie that you can hear me singing all the time, so maybe you're a bit tired about that. And we are preparing something very interesting for. I hope. I mean, we find interesting in the group. We have a group preparing the Seder. So have a look in the newsletter as well about how we want to get there. And there's something I absolutely don't understand, the yawn. Oh, okay, look, I have no idea what it means. And okay. Is there anything? Okay, so next Saturday, the Book Crushers reading the Dove Keepers. Okay, right. Let's finish now our service. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use another prayer from this book, Jewish Prayers of Hope and Healings by Alan Solovny, and it's a prayer for someone whose life is near the end, and some of you know Janos Gal, and so I went to see him this afternoon, and he's really near the end. So this prayer is for him, and we send all our love and blessing to Kalam to give him strength to go through this time. Things break, things die. People break, people die. The end approaches, sometimes swiftly, sometimes slowly, sometimes secretly, sometimes in plain sight. Things thrive, things live. People thrive, people live. Vitality flows from the heavens. Energy reaches up from the core of the earth. Love shines from the center of my heart. God of time and space, all beginnings lead to endings. All endings are beginnings. Grant us the wisdom to see life as a sea of losses and gains, the tide of joy and heartache, birth and death, illness and recovery, the sacred and the profane. God of all, glorious and holy, things thrive, things break, people live, people die. Your love is eternal. God of all, your love is eternal. El Hakol Ahavatcha Nitzchit. And on this Shabbat, we remember particularly for Yortzeit. So if you have other Yortzeit you want to put, please do so in the Facebook comment section. So on this Shabbat, we remember Walter Merkel, the father of David Merkel. We remember John and Sadie Hyman, the parents of Norman Hyman. We remember Tim Jordan, the husband of Jackie Jordan. We remember Sally Feldman, the mother of Karen Burgess and mother-in-law of Ken Burgess. And we remember Melvin Green, the husband of Helen Green. Zichronam livracha, may their memory be a blessing, as we say together on page 524, the words of the kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה וזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעלם לעלמי עלמיה. יתברר וישתבר ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דם ירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים, עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל בני אדם, ואמרו אמן. May great peace descend from heaven, and abundant life be granted to us, to all Israel, and to all peoples, and let us say Amen. May the Most High, source of perfect peace, grant peace to us, to all Israel, and to all humanity, and let us say Amen. Okay, so let's finish now with Adon Olam on page 525. 525. אדון עולם אשר מלך, בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נעשה וחפשו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, ואחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו אם לא נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להכבירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשחה, והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצור חבלי בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקחה, לבה בידו, הפקיד רוחי, בעת תישן והעירה, ועם רוחי גבייתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא. Okay, let's do the kiddush together. And we are on page 563. Let us give thanks for the past week, for life and health, for home and love and friendship, for what we have achieved in our work and the satisfaction it has given us. And let us give thanks for the blessing of rest and peace with which the Shabbat brings to body, mind, and soul. Yivarech Adonai v'shmerecha. May God bless us and keep us. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God look kindly upon us and be gracious to us. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God reach out to us in tenderness and give us peace. יום השישי, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר בחר אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, ומורה פרי הגפן, אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא ים תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת, אמן. לחיים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המוציא לחם מן הארץ, amen. So I really want someone to explain me once when we say we wish you a long life, what does this really mean? I think I told you this story. I was once it was a kiddush. I don't remember where it was, somewhere in England, and it was an old man in his 90s, and he had lost his wife, and I said to him, I wish you a long life, and he just laughed. I mean, he was 95, 96. So, then I realized that, okay, so if someone can one day explain to me why we say that, I would be most grateful. So, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Sandra. And thank you, Deborah. Thank you all for being here tonight. And so, Norman, I wish you a long life. I know that it's a very important day for you. And all of those who had a yahrzeit today, I wish you a long life too. And I'll see you tomorrow, 11:15. Bye-bye. Shabbat Shalom. Love you guys. Bye-bye.